I just love a product review. It is so much fun. This is one I've had sitting around the office probably for a couple of years now, and I picked it specifically for a product review. It's called the Millie Dilator. Dilators are all over the internet, all over social media. We use them for sexual pain, among other things. And this is one version that's quite expensive. So if you're considering buying it, you might be interested to know what we think about it. It comes in a carrying case, which looks really nice. You open the case, and inside is a dilator. Now, a dilator is used to be inserted into the vagina or the rectum. Like I said, we use them for a lot of different things, but the most common thing you think of is sexual pain. And usually you buy a set of dilators, and it ranges from smallest to largest, and you work up through the set to your comfort level. This is different. This is just one, and you will see that it is electronic. It comes with a charging cord that can plug in, just like an iPhone. And what happens is you see it starts quite small. I'm just going to start turning it up. And you see the size is indicated here. And as I click the button to make it larger, the dilator is expanding. I'm going to take it up as high as it'll go. And you can see that it does get larger. It turns into sort of a square shape, and this part remains flexible, but the edges, which are what's expanding, are quite firm. And it also has a vibration feature, which apparently I'm not charged enough to use, but usually we can get it to vibrate also. I think the battery might have just died. It's been a while since I used this. So what do I like about it? It's a little bit less intimidating because when you first insert it, the idea is you insert it at its smallest size, and then you slowly increase the size while it's inserted, which makes ease of insertion much easier, which is a big concern that many people have. It looks pretty intimidating to start with one of the larger dilator sizes. So it's less intimidating to insert. It has a nice texture. It's sort of like this soft, almost like silicone-y, flexible texture. My issues with it are that it's square, which is odd. It's quite firm on these edges. There's really no give to it. And I guess my comment on the first one, which was a pro, yes, it's easier to insert, or it's less intimidating because it goes in smaller. But kind of the point of a dilator is to work towards being able to tolerate a larger size of insertion. And part of that is physical, and also part of that can be mental and emotional. It can be a big leap to see something larger, and it can be pretty scary to consider inserting that. But part of that process, that's actually part of the desensitization process, is getting comfortable and getting confident and knowing for yourself and your confidence what you can and can't do comfortably. And I feel like while this seemed like a really good idea to insert something smaller and then work larger, you're bypassing an important part of that desensitization process. So my overall take on this, the Millie Dilator, it's a really cool tool, and it could have a place depending on what your goals are and your personal preferences and your preference and your PT's recommendations. But in my opinion, it's not the best primary tool because it's expensive. It's quite expensive. It's got some drawbacks in terms of shape and texture or firmness. And you're bypassing, I think, an important part of the desensitization process, if that's appropriate and important for your plan of care. So in general, super cool tool. If money is no option and that seems appealing to add to your toolkit, wonderful, but maybe not your best primary tool. That's the world according to Leslie. That's just my opinion. If you love this, please let me know. I'm sure there are people that do. I've certainly recommended it to some people because it seemed so appealing to them for the reasons we talked about. So don't take my word for it. Do your own research, but that's just my personal opinion on the Millie Dilator.